something that today is really important to me, and that is that you can relate to somebody no matter what they're like or no matter what they care about. You can make a connection with people at a very deep and passionate and soulful level, no matter where they come from. And that's important to learn how to do, because most of the people we meet don't come from the same place we do. I want to share a little story with you, and that is that a while back I was in the airport, and I wanted to do something nice for somebody, and I saw this shoe shine guy standing in the corner, and he had a leather coat on and just jeans and long black hair. And I got my shoes, and he started to shine them, and he stuck his arms out, and there were tattoos on both sides of his arms. And I don't have very many tattoos, so I kind of asked him about them, and I said, "Hey," I said, "looks like you have a few tattoos there." And he says, "Oh yeah, man, I have a lot of tattoos. I have tattoos all over my entire body. I have this side's good, and this side's evil." He goes, "I'm almost done. I got a little more work to do on one leg." And I looked at him and said, "Wow," I said, "that's a lot of tattoos." I said, "What could motivate you to want to get that many tattoos?" And he looked at me and says, "Well, you know," he says, "I don't want to be like you. I don't want to be like the Nazis." Now, some of you might really overreact to a comment like that, someone saying that you look like a Nazi. But I just simply said, "A Nazi? What do you mean?" And he said, "Well, you know," he says, "you guys, you dress up in your suits and your ties, and you try to get along and go along and just do whatever you have to do in society so people will let you in, you can do business, you can make money." I said, "Well, you know, you're right." I said, "We are in a society where we have to conform a little bit so we can get ahead. You don't have to, but a lot of people do, and I'm one of those people who wears a suit, keeps my hair cut, does what I need to do so I can be successful in business." I said, "So I understand your point of view." He says, yeah, man, that's the way things are." I said, "Well, what do you want to do in your life?" He says, "I want to be in business, I want to get ahead, I want to do my own thing." And he went on about that a little bit. And then he shined my shoes for a little bit longer, and then he looked up and he says, "What do you think I should do?" Now this is what the interesting part is. Why did the long-haired, tattooed covered young man who thought I was a Nazi turn around and ask me for advice about what I thought he should do? Interesting, huh? I gave him some good advice. I told him he should get an education. He should pursue the education and learn how to do different things so he has a broad variety of opportunities in the future. And he appreciated that. But I want you to learn something important from this. There are 3 ways to build a connection when you learn about somebody's values and you listen to them. First of all, you need to figure out that why was he willing to share with me this information, and why was he willing to ask me for advice when I was so different than him? It's because I made a connection with him. Now, I didn't make it because I related to it, which is one of the ways. We could relate with somebody who could say, "I'm like you at a values level." That's rare to be like somebody at a values level, so that won't happen all the time. Second, we could appreciate it. We could say, "I'm not like you, but I appreciate people who are like you, who can do what you do." And you can show an appreciation for what they've learned to do or who they've become. And lastly, you might not be like them at all, and you might not even appreciate or believe in or agree with their position or their philosophy or their values, but you can try to understand them, understand how they got to where they were, and then try to understand how they've come to believe how they believe. And just by doing that simple act alone, you can build a connection, a bond, and a trust level where then people will look to you for advice and help and will believe what you say. As a salesperson, it's so important to make sure that you are that person they can turn to so they can listen to what you have to say and you can guide them through a difficult process. So remember, there are 3 ways to do this. First of all, we need to listen for what they care about, what they mean, and listen for their values. And then we can appreciate it, relate to it, or understand it. Have an inspiring year, and go out there and do your very best. This is Will with Value Match. Take care.